All right, in this episode, we are joined by two trailblazers. That's exciting. We got Maddie Suggs from the class of 2017 and Mr. Chappell's wonderful advisory, and Kaya Smith, class of 2021. I want to say you were in Miss Lecky's.
I was, yep.
I don't
Wow,
even know who that
great
is.
memory.
She was after your time. She didn't stay.
She was a district teacher of the year.
Yeah, she was really nice. She was
Pretty big
cool.
deal.
You would have liked her actually, because we were very similar.
You would have liked her a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so think back a million years ago, back to when you were middle school girls. Why'd you come to early college?
Do you want to answer?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Well, I wasn't originally supposed to go to Horry County early college. I was supposed to go to early college in Scotland County in North Carolina. But I moved right before I started. But the reason why I did it in the first place was for that free college. That free college to a 12-year-old me was like gold, and I'm so glad I did it.
Cool. Kyle.
Me, I did not want to go to a regular high school. I wanted the close-knit small class where I could just focus on school, and the college was a nice plus too, but I just did not want to go to a regular high school
Right.
at all.
Right. And you would have gone to what, Loris?
I would have gone to North Myrtle Beach
North
originally.
Myrtle.
Yeah.
All right. So you both made the right choice. You chose early college. You got the acceptance letters. It was super exciting. You probably saved it. Like you could pull it out of your closet right now.
I probably could.
Yeah.
And obviously, a great decision. And then we make you go through Bridge Week.
Bridge Week, gosh, like feels like a fever dream.
Yeah. I remember Bridge Week honestly like it was yesterday.
I do too.
Because that was also my first experience with any Horry County school children because I just moved there. So I'm so thankful for Bridge Week because if it weren't for Bridge Week, I would have been completely thrown in the ocean when it comes to
Right.
starting my first day of freshman year.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I liked you got to meet a few people that way when you were starting back school. You're like, oh, I already know a few
Right.
people. It's not as hard as like an adjustment or anything. So
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fun.
All right. We start freshman year. You got all your high school classes. They go pretty well. Are they as hard as you thought they'd be?
Yes.
No.
I thought they
No,
were.
which
It
is
was like
really
a few.
interesting that
It was
that's
like
our
a few.
answer. I remember my very first class of freshman year was English 1 with Miss Knowles. And I loved it. I was like, ooh, I can get with this because just seeing, I don't know, the way the classrooms were set up, the way that there were only but a handful of teachers, that suited my needs very well.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing, but they were it was definitely adjustment from like a regular school. The workload was a lot different. The expectations were a lot different.
So the rigor was there. Teachers obviously supporting you. How did Avid help you with that transition?
Ooh.
I wouldn't know what Cornell notes were if it weren't for Avid.
And the organization skills were.
I still
use that.
I still use SMART goals. Like literally to this day, I'm 25 and I still use SMART goals. I still think of my Avid coaches and think of the things that I learned in that class. It was not only like school lessons that we learned, it was life lessons. It was
it was
very good to have for sure.
Organization, vision
They will
boards,
love
and all
to
that.
hear that.
Still do it all.
They will love to hear that. All right, so you do the freshman year, sophomore year, you start taking some college classes. Junior year, more college classes. Senior year, almost all college classes. Kaya, your experience is a little bit different because you're a COVID person.
Oh yeah, true.
You may have forgotten it, but for the rest of us, we suffer some PTSD as we go through these interviews talking about it.
Yeah.
So, Maddie, since you're pre-COVID, did you know what you wanted to do when you graduated?
I thought I did.
What'd you think?
I thought that I wanted to be a regular schmegular old high school teacher, middle school teacher. That was my plan for sure.
Is that not what you're doing?
Not even in the slightest.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
So what was your next step?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my next step was supposed to be graduating, but graduating and then going, coastal or somewhere. But that did not play out in my cards of life, unfortunately. So my next step after graduating was try to make as much money as I can and try to get a place.
Did you stay local or did you move away?
I stayed local for a while. I moved away in 2019 where I lived in Savannah, Georgia for a few years. And that's where I got my first apartment and, got my cat and stuff. And that's also where my horizons broadened in the world of art, where I met a lot of new artists. I experienced different ways of art, different ways to make a living and make money off art. So I guess my main goal after graduating was, I guess, to just get some life experience and then figure out what I wanted to do.
No, and that's great. You move away. I lived in Savannah for a very short time too.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just a different kind of place. Obviously, the Savannah College of Art and Design is down there,
Right.
where you have people from all over the world coming in with all their different mediums, and it's a very eclectic mix
Mhm.
of creativity. So I could see you 100% like, all right, now I know what I
Yeah.
want to do. So that's cool.
Right.
All right, Kaya, we're gonna have to walk down the road of COVID. All right, so you were doing school, it was going great. You were what, a junior,
I think so, yeah.
second semester, junior year.
Yeah.
You
It
were
was
flying through, school was easy for you, high flyer. Uh, I imagine that's part still continued, but March 13th, the last day, how do you respond?
it was definitely rough. It was more so just like the switch to online classes because I really didn't learn that way. So trying to adjust was definitely difficult. It made everything a lot harder than it was like originally, just because I felt like I could learn as well as I did in person. So definitely was not a top 10 experience at all.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because there's so much uncertainty with the pandemic. Early college, Horry County Schools doesn't really know what to do. And so we just keep you home. Uh, Tech doesn't really know what to do either, as did any college, because nobody knows what to do. It's been a while since we've had a pandemic. Uh, and so it's nobody knows what they're doing. And so as a college student, I imagine that's really frustrating because you're like, you guys are supposed to be able to lead us to whatever this is. And
Uh,
nobody knows where you're going.
it was definitely rough.
Not to mention all the social and emotional learning stuff and
Yeah, work was
everything.
closed. It was weird times.
Yeah.
Weird times.
Yeah, thank you for bringing all those up. Thanks a lot. All right, so you finish out junior year, whatever that looked like. Senior year, you come back and it's weird too. Uh,
Yeah, it was.
in our building, it's a world of plexiglass and stanchions in the hallways and one-way traffic and
Yeah, it was so weird. And all the masks, it was different. Social distancing, it was different.
yeah, had to eat all your lunches in 221.
Yeah. Gosh, it feels like I feel like I just like blocked that part of high school out. Like the COVID era is when I stopped remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only remember that because all the stains on my carpet, I'm pretty sure, are from the lunches that were eaten here. So it's
Yeah.
just a reminder of COVID and all the wonderful college people who
That would make sense.
left stuff on the floor. All right, so we get through it. Kaya, did you graduate from Tuck?
I did. I
Associate
went and got
of
nursing.
Science,
Or
nursing.
my original one was arts that I graduated like with early college, and then I went back. Like I graduated, and then I started summer classes like immediately after.
All right, and then what?
And then I went to nursing school, and I graduated, and now I'm a cardiovascular intensive care unit nurse at Grandstone.
Wow,
She's crazy.
that sounds like a big deal.
It's fun.
Kaya, big deal Smith. No, that's great. All right, so where'd you get your bachelor's from?
I haven't gone back yet.
Okay.
It's just a 6 to 10 month transition. If I would have went to a 4 year school after graduating with my associates in arts, it would have taken me the same amount of time rather than going to just get another associate's. But I could pay for the associates out of pocket versus going to a 4 year school. I would have had to take out
Right.
like $30,000 worth of student loans. And hospitals a lot of times will pay for the bachelor's, so I just prompted